Caitlin Clark isn't just breaking records on the court, she's winning off it too. Complex just released their list of the top 10 most influential women in sports, and guess who took the top spot? That's right, Clark. And let's just say, Angel Reese is not thrilled about it. This is yet another major victory for Caitlin Clark, proving that she's not just a superstar, she's a cultural phenomenon. Whether it's filling arenas, dominating headlines, or driving historic viewership numbers, her impact on the sport is undeniable. Meanwhile, Angel Reese, she's been vocal about a lot of things lately, just not this. But let's be honest, if Reese had won this honor, we wouldn't have heard the end of it. Instead of acknowledging Clark's massive influence, Reese seems more focused on downplaying her success. But the numbers don't lie. Caitlin Clark's dominance is reshaping women's basketball in ways we haven't seen before. Caitlin Clark's unmatched impact, let's break it down. Caitlin Clark didn't just have a great season, she rewrote the record books. She set an astonishing 62 records in a single year, something no WNBA rookie has ever done. And beyond the stats, she single-handedly elevated the Indiana Fever from irrelevance to playoff contention for the first time in nearly a decade. And then there's the off-court impact, the part that truly makes her the most influential female athlete today. Merchandise sales, WNBA jersey sales skyrocketed 500% in her rookie season alone. Caitlin Clark jerseys sold out in minutes. Angel Reese's sitting on shelves. Attendance boom. The WNBA saw a 105% increase in attendance, with teams moving games to bigger arenas just to accommodate Clark's fans. When the Fever played in Washington, they had to move from the Mystics Arena to the much larger Capital One Arena, and it sold out. Meanwhile, the next night in Chicago against Angel Reese, crickets, economic power. Clark's presence in Indianapolis alone generated $36 million in revenue, and experts predict she'll add $1 billion to women's basketball's value in the next 3 years. That's billion with a B. Clark isn't just making history, she's redefining the business of women's sports. Is there even a rivalry? For months, the media has hyped up the supposed Clark versus Reese rivalry. But let's be real. Was it ever really that close? The gap between them became painfully obvious as the season progressed. Clark dominated on the court, while Reese often made headlines for everything but basketball. When it came time for Rookie of the Year, Clark didn't just win, she ran away with it. When the all-WNBA teams were announced, Clark made first team, Reese didn't. And yet, instead of improving her game, Reese seems more focused on finding ways to stay in the spotlight. At one point, she even threatened to quit the WNBA if she wasn't paid what she thought she deserved. Meanwhile, Clark is letting her game do the talking. Caitlin Clark, the Michael Jordan effect. Clark isn't just great, she's transformational. Sports economists have already compared her to Michael Jordan, saying her impact on the WNBA is similar to what MJ did for the NBA. The league has been around for decades, but before Clark, WNBA teams struggled to fill seats, generate revenue, and capture mainstream attention. Now, every Caitlin Clark game is an event, and yet some critics, especially WNBA veterans, are pushing back, arguing that all this attention on one player could overshadow the rest of the league. But let's be honest, where was this energy before Clark arrived? The truth is, the WNBA has always needed a megastar to push it to new heights. Clark is that star. The Caitlin Clark era is here. Angel Reese may not like it, but the reality is clear. Caitlin Clark is the face of women's basketball. She's not just winning awards, she's changing the sport. More fans, more revenue, more excitement. Clark is bringing millions of people to the WNBA who never watched before. So what's next for Clark and Reese? Their so-called rivalry will continue to make headlines, but let's be real. Only one of them is truly winning. Clark is focused on elevating the game. Reese, still searching for a way to keep up. What do you think? Is Caitlin Clark's dominance good for the WNBA? Or is she leaving the rest of the league in the dust? Let me know in the comments, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.